Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another episode of Why We Play the Game. Okay, this always works. Say hi to everybody. Okay, now go away. It's my familiar Chewy. If you haven't met him, he's a pain in the ass. I love him to death, but he is a pain in the butt. I wanted to talk to you guys today about, as you can see from the title of this video, how powerful is too powerful. Yeah, you're a little too powerful. That stink you got going on. Go get the mama. Sit. Good boy. Now shut up. And I wanted to talk to you guys about how powerful is too powerful. I've noted a disturbing trend in every game that's come out in the last couple of years, as well as every GM I've run into. They seem to have a desire to keep player characters as weak as possible and as poor and as low level as possible. I'm really not a fan of that, as you guys know. Not that I'm a power gamer, or maybe that I am, but I'm okay with that because I'm rarely the player. I'm usually the GM, and I run games where players are allowed to play powerful characters, even if it's not, magically powerful, which is, my favorite. They are powerful economically or spiritually or politically or things like that. It seems like as old as most of us are, we never got past that Stockholm syndrome of becoming the horrible DMs that we grew up with, keeping us down, keeping us poor, keeping us powerless, except to the whims of fate and an occasional lucky die roll. I've played in a lot of games, as you guys know, and a lot of games that were, that allowed the players to become powerful. Superhero games, fantasy games, sci-fi games, the whole gamut. And I had no problem ever coming up with a challenge. Nothing they ever did ruined my game or broke my game or made me want to play another game. I found that, let's face it, it's one GM, and I know we're not supposed to play versus, but it's one GM versus the combined intellectual prowess of your players. And of course they're going to come up with things you never thought of, schemes and plans and actions that you never planned for, never imagined, and suddenly the thing that you thought was gonna give them an ass whooping didn't. And I'm okay with that. I really enjoy when my players, I'm not gonna say one up me, but think their way out of a situation. That's what I look for in great players, is players who can challenge me and my ideas of what's going to go on, what's going to happen in random situations that come about. But I certainly don't want to keep them low level, low power, low funds, constantly striving for anything they can call their own. I've had players with star-spanning galactic empires. I've had characters who had interdimensional trading companies and interdimensional land holdings in different realms and different parts of the omniverse, I call it. And it was never, oh my gosh, they're too powerful, I can't handle this, ever. Sometimes the players would say that, oh my gosh, this is too powerful, we can't handle it. I'm like, well, you got yourself into that pickle, you better find a way out. I'm sure amongst the 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12 of you, you can figure something out and come back to me when you got an idea or a plan. And I would like to see a change in that mud sword mentality in this new year more than anything. That's why I've started dabbling with writing a game of my own. For so long I'm like, everything's out there, you know. I don't need to, but it's not. Everything out there is designed to keep you weak and powerless. And I've had it about up to here with that entire mentality. There's some games out there, don't get me wrong, Villains and Vigilantes, Heroes Unlimited, Palladium Rifts. You can start out really, really powerful, and you know what? Like Rift's a perfect example. You start out thinking you're really powerful, and then you meet the world, and you're like, oh crap, I'm outnumbered, outgunned, outpowered. What I thought was really powerful is just step one. And I think we can all do better and expand our limitations and our attitudes when it comes to letting players, you know, stretch their imaginations. You know, we're not getting any younger, and you know, a buddy of mine said he'd never played a God campaign, which is what we loosely call a campaign where at some point the characters can go on that path to divine ascension. And there's, in my opinion, there's no greater victory than to retire a character saying, I divine ascended, I'm now one with the gods. You know, sure, I'm just a fledgling little, you know, lower level deity, you know, in the pantheon or what have you, but you did the kind of the ultimate thing back in the day, and even today. I know a lot of people who've run and played in campaigns where their character or their players became gods, and the end, until the GM comes up with some god level game, you know. And there are some games out there, I think Exalted, the Immortal Rules for BX, you know, it's not unheard of, but they're all safely nestled in the past of gaming history. And I'm certain that there are a lot of players out there that would love to play in a game like that, but I don't think the GMs that I rub elbows with can handle it. I don't. I'd love to see you guys do otherwise, and if you have no interest in doing so, I get it. There are some qualms I would have with it as well, but you know, you never know until you try. And if you've never tried it, you've never done it, and you've never been part of it, then you're really just, you know, doing that. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to be part of that. I want to, you know, help my players and my friends, you know, stretch their imaginations and have like, you know, at least that one time of being able to say, yeah, I was the shit. You know, I was the big damn hero and then some. My character divine ascended. Once you've done that, then come back to me and, you know, tell me why you did or didn't like it. And those of you who've done it, feel free to comment and say and tell me what you did or didn't like about it. I know there's a few GMs out there. I think Bruce is one of them that's not opposed to these ideas. I know his player characters are pretty powerful in at least one of his games. And you know, if you're opposed to this, I'd like to understand why. What's so great about, you know, being poor and powerless and fighting against, you know, insurmountable odds only to fail. So that's what I've got for you guys today. This morning. I will have another video for you tomorrow. I'll be in Bloodworth's game tonight, and we'll see how the rest of the week goes, because you know, it's almost Christmas and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I hope you guys are too, and until next time, I guess I'll see you in the funny papers.